You can use either Revit or Revit LT for following along with the lessons in this course. So why don't we take a few moments talking about what some of the differences are between these two versions. So let's start with Revit, the full version of the product. It comes in two different packages, either a standalone product or part of the AEC collection. It doesn't matter which one of these you actually have the same Revit regardless. Revit LT also comes in two different packages, also a standalone product or part of the AutoCAD Revit LT suite. And once again, it's the same Revit LT regardless of which package you got it in. So the only real differences in the packaging is how you get the product, what other products it includes, and quite frankly, the pricing. So let's talk about some of the functionality that's different between the two. So Revit is focused on several different building industry disciplines. This includes architecture, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, or MEP, structure, construction, and frankly, several other disciplines that are related to the building industry also use Revit for their work, and it tends to be targeted towards mid to large size firms. Revit LT, on the other hand, is targeted towards architecture with some very limited structure, and while it is possible to use it for other types of projects related to the building industry, it tends to be focused really on the architectural type projects, and it is focused on smaller firms. Now, the focus of this course is on architecture. Therefore, you should have no problem using either Revit or Revit LT because we really won't be talking about MEP or structure at all. So what's missing from LT? Well, for the purposes of this course, there's really only a couple things that I want to point out to you, and that is when we get to talking about rendering, the full version of the product includes in-product rendering as well as cloud rendering. LT includes only cloud rendering. So at that time, we'll talk about cloud rendering, so you can use either product, but if you have the full version of Revit, you'll also have the option of using in-product rendering instead. The full version of Revit includes collaboration tools that are not present in LT. So when I discuss opening up a collaboration-based project, I'll mention to you at that time that that is not applicable to LT. Now, there are several other differences between the two products as well, and probably the best way for you to learn about them is to go out to the Autodesk website. So if you go to autodesk.com, you'll see the various collections listed, and they have this nice little comparison tool where you can come down and choose the products you want to compare, like, say, for example, the full version of Revit. And then if I scroll down a little bit further here, eventually I will find Revit LT. And then I can compare the two. And on this page, it's mainly focused on the differences in pricing. So if you want a more detailed feature by feature comparison, they do have that chart available here on the site as well. And you can go down and see which features are available in each of the products. So with that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, we're now ready to begin.